What's up, everybody out there? This is Aaron here with another deck profile with another Monarch deck. Now this one's way different than my first version of when I used the Monarchs. So this is a different kind of a Monarch. So further ado, here we go. And there are new tech cards in here that I put in the deck. So start off with one Ether. Ether is the main boss monster out of all Monarchs. Of course, you can tribute summon this card by tributing one tributed monster. If this card is tribute summoned, you can send two Monarch spell trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, special summon one monster with 24 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck. So yeah, you just bring one out. The one that you bring out, the effects negated, goes back to your hand. Ether. 3 Erebus. Erebus, same as Ether, it can be tributed by one. Send away two magical trap of a different name of Monarch. When this is out, you don't, even if a monster says you cannot target them, no. These do not target monsters if you're choosing a monster that says it cannot be targeted. So you choose from the field of them or from their hand one card, monster, magic trap, or one card from their hand. It gets put back to the deck and must be, of course, yeah, sent back to the deck. So Erebus does not target. That's the good thing about Erebus. You can hit a Link, Exceed, Fusion, Synchro, or let's just say a monster that you don't want to deal with. Erebus can choose that monster, send it back to the deck. Does not target. So a lot of players, they say you cannot target them. No, Erebus, you don't target. So that's the good thing about Erebus. Now Erebus, okay. Now let's go with the regular Monarchs I use. 3 Kaias. What's cool about these Monarchs is it can be done by one tribute by tributing a tributed monster. Target one card on the field, banish it. If you do, inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent. Then if it is a dark monster that you tributed, banish all monsters with that name from the hand. Now, if that effect goes, that monster and all other names of the monsters, if they have of the same name from the hand, deck, or graveyard, they're going to get banished for the rest of this turn. So that's Kaias. Mobius. I use Mega Mobius. Again, tribute summoned by one tributed monster. So all Mega Monarchs are going to be, and the Erebus and Ether, they're all tributed by one tributed monster you can do. So Mobius, tribute one tributed monster. You can destroy up to 3 spell or trap cards on the field. Now, if it was tributed by a water, your opponent cannot activate the effects of what you choose. So any counter effects, they cannot activate them if it was done by a water type. And last but not least of the Monarchs is one Destalos. Destalos. You discard one card from your opponent's hand. Then if it was a monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original level times 2. A regular Destalos is times 1. Destalos Mega times 2. If this card was tributed by a fire type monster, Also inflicts 1,000 points of damage to your opponent after that turn, after you activate this. Now the thing with Monarchs is there are different kind of Monarchs you can play. You can play the Rise Away, which is wind. You can play wind, water. You can play all of them, whatever, but I use the version of using water and dark, which is I like to play the Caius, because Caius is my favorite Monarch, and Mobius. So basically I want to remove and destroy magical traps. Either version you want. You can play Zaborg. Zaborg is with destroying monsters and removing the extra deck from your opponent. The Stalos is taking away monsters. You're gonna give damage to your opponent. Whichever. Monarchs have different versions, so you can play any version. Me, I just go with the Caius and Mobius. And then it's not that bad to have at least one extra of a different Monarch. So it's not bad. So those are my Monarchs. Now I'll go with the Vassal stuff, okay? The little ones. So Idea. Now, most players, they would use 3. I just use 2. Because I'm used to it with 2. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck into defense position, except itself. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn. Now, in a Monarch deck, you're not going to really play from the extra deck, so that you don't have to worry about that effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 banish Monarch spell trap card, add it to your hand. You can only activate this effect once per turn. So there's Idea. Edios. When this card is normal summoned or special summoned during your main phase, you can activate this as an extra tributed monster. So that's the good thing about Edios. Edios' other effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 800 attack or 1000 defense in your graveyard. So that's like you want to banish this to bring out Idea again. Very, very good. Edios. Most likely these are the two little ones you must have in your deck. They're like the staples. Now for other vassals, I use the Rock Vassal. You can special summon this card from your hand. Target 1 monster your opponent. Target 1 monster your opponent has. It is put face down for that turn. And for my other vassals I use is the Mithra. Mithra can also be special summoned from your hand. Then you are going to give your opponent 2 tokens of a light with 800 attack and 1000 defense. And basically, yeah, even if you're giving your opponent tokens, they can still do their Synchro, Link, or Exing. But it's just helpers to give you monsters out so you can do tribute. Now, here are my new tech cards. Vampire Frolin. Now, Vampire Frolin is whenever an attack happens, rather you attack or your opponent attacks, you can special summon this card from your hand. Now, good decent defense, 2000, but the reason of this is to have another monster out if you have no monsters, and let's just say you had, yes, Vampire Frolin, special summon it. And also, if you wish to, you attack with one of your monsters and you could play this also in defense position. It's just another way to have another monster out for tribute summoning. Now, this effect you can only use once per turn, so even if you had 2 in your hand, you can only play 1. But that's Vampire Frolin. And last but not least, I use Dark Armed Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon, you need exactly three dark monsters in your graveyard. You can banish one dark monster from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy that. Now in this deck I am using a lot of darks, so it's not bad to have Dark Arm Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon is pretty hard to get in your from the deck to your hand, but here's a little trick of what I use in the deck to help you get Dark Arm Dragon to your hand already, if you need it or you just want it in your hand already. So those are my monsters. We'll go with the magics. Of course, you're gonna need the 3 domain. When this is out and you have a tributed monster out, this could be used as an extra tribute, so it's almost like if you were to do Frolin, activate this, activate domain, tribute to play one of your Monarchs. Now when you have a tributed summon monster out and this out, your opponent cannot play any cards from the extra deck, so you're stopping your opponent from playing anything from the extra deck. When you attack and this is out, your opponent's going to gain 800 attack during damage calculation. So that's domain, including you, but you're not playing from the extra deck, so it really doesn't affect you again. Now I did say Frolin, but it works for any of the vassals also. So you play a vassal, domain, tribute, activate, tribute, so a double tribute to play one of your Monarchs. Or any of the other vassals. You have Edios, you have tribute that, but you have domain out, activate that to do a double tribute, play a Monarch. Now, March of the Monarchs, 2 of them. Tribute summon monsters you control cannot be targeted by or destroyed card effects. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Again, extra deck, but you're not playing from the extra deck. Two, Return of the Monarchs. Return of the Monarchs is, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, of course, yeah, even though if it says that you are not playing from the extra deck. When you tribute summon a monster, you can activate one of these effects. Add from your deck a 24 attack and 1000 defense with a different name from that tributed monster, or you can add 128 attack and 1000 defense with a different name besides the one you have just special summoned. And you can only activate this effect once per turn. So it's almost like a searcher to get any Monarch that you have that you want, or it just helps you. Of course, the one Pantheism, you must send away a Monarch of a spell trap from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard to reveal 3 Monarch or spell trap cards from your deck. You must reveal them to your opponent. Your opponent chooses one of them, the other 2 go to the deck and get shuffled. The 3 Tenacity. Your other searcher, reveal 1 monster in your hand with 24 attack and 1000 defense, or 28 attack and 1000 defense. Add 1 Monarch spell trap card from your deck to your hand, except itself. This was at 1, but it came to 3 again. The power of tributing the March of the Monarch Stormforth. Once per turn, if you would tribute a monster or monsters for a tribute summon, you can tribute 1 monster your opponent controls, as if you controlled it. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Now, this also does not target monsters, just like Erebus. So let's just say you had a vassal and you had this, you can Monarch Stormforth one of their monsters to count it as a double tribute if you do not have domain out. So simple thing also, Monarch Stormforth does not target monsters, even if the monsters say they cannot be targeted. No, you can hit their monsters if they say they cannot be targeted. And last but not least, just 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Now of course, it's only for Idea which is my only warrior, but sometimes you are going to need it in your hand already if you don't have it in your hand yet. As for traps, 2 Prime of the Monarch. When you have, most likely you're going to want to have this in your graveyard. So when it comes to Erebus or Ether, when it says send away 2, most likely you want to send Prime of the Monarch. Reason of Prime of the Monarch: when in the graveyard, you can banish away 1 magic or trap of a name of a monarch, special summon this. It becomes a monster. You can even do this on your opponent's turn. If you have no monsters, but you want to banish 1, special summon it. It's also a monster also. So when it comes to your turn, you're gonna Monarch Storm 4, tribute this. Or if you have Domain, play 1 of your Monarchs. You can do that. Its other effect, which is the continuous trap card effect, which is you can, when this is on the field, once per turn, you can get 2 magic or trap of the Monarchs from your graveyard back to the deck, draw 1 card. So that's the 2 effects of Prime of the Monarch. And my last card I use, another card, Dark Advance. Dark Advance. During either player's main phase or battle phase, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard with 24 attack and 1000 defense, or more attack and 1000 defense. Add it to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can tribute summon. Now, what I mean by that, you can do it on your opponent's turn. Now, this is why I'll say Dark Advance is pretty good. So, again, with the combos, let's just start off with first, what I mean by Dark Arm Dragon. When you have Return of the Monarchs, and let's just say you had 3 already in your graveyard, no matter what 3 of a dark, you have Domain out. Mithra. Tribute Mithra, activate this, and let's just say you had a Monarch already. So let's just say it was Mobius. So you activate effect of Mobius, destroy 3 magic traps of whatever of your choice. Now return the Monarchs. Activate. Now with 24 attack and 1000 defense, or a 28 attack and 1000 defense, you have 3 darks. Now what I mean by that, 28 attack, 1000 defense. Dark Arm Dragon is an option you can get from your deck to your hands. It doesn't have to be Monarchs. As long as it's the 28 attack, 1000 defense, that's Dark Arm Dragon. So even if you wanted to, search for Dark Arm Dragon. And if you had 3, special summon Dark Arm Dragon. That's why I say it's easy a bit to get Dark Arm Dragon. So with Tenacity, you activate, you want Return of the Monarchs, activate. You can do your effect of whatever Monarch. You have 3 darks. Or let's just say, yes, okay, you have 2 darks. You need a 3rd one. Let's say Ether you had in your hand. You're gonna tribute Caius. Play Ether. Throw away any 2 magic or trap of Monarchs. You're gonna summon out, let's just say, Destalos. Because the effect of Ether. Now you have Ether's effect to bring out a Monarch. Return of the Monarchs activates. Now you have 3 because of Caius is your 3rd dark. Search for Dark Arm Dragon. Special summon Dark Arm Dragon. So you have Ether out, Destalos out. And Destalos' effect is negated And now you have Dark Arm Dragon. Now if you have Domain, you can attack, 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 or do the effect of destroying cards on the field. Now, of course, it says tributed monsters gain the attack of 800. So basically, Aether's the only one that can have a higher attack if you're attacking. Now, okay, end phase, the Stalos comes back to your hand. Okay, let's say you had Frolin in your hands. Idea. Erebus. Tenacity. Pantheism. Caius. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this was your 5. Your draw was Caius. Now, what you could do, you can go Idea to get Aetios, since Aetios is the main one you want to go for. Or you can go Tenacity, Reveal. Most likely what I would do is you already want to get Prime of the Monarch. So you send away with Pantheism. Send away. So you have this. Throw away. Your 2 cards were Domain and March. So you have this. Now, what I would do, throw away Pantheism. Now this is the reason why you would want to throw away Pantheism. Use the effect to get anything that you want. So you could go Monarch Stormforth or whichever you choose. For me, I would go with Return. Show Return, Return. You only have 2 returns and you have a Tenacity. So your opponent's going to choose one. Let's just say they just chose Return. Okay, you have this out. This is a good combo right here. I'll just show you right here. Okay. Domain. March, Return. You have Domain. Summon out Idea. Idea, bring out Aetios. Okay, so only primes in your graveyard. Idea, Aetios is your field. Your Magic and Trap zone, March and Return. Domain. Now, okay, activate Aetios first. Extra tribute. Idea, activate. Okay, you throw away Idea. You can go rather Erebus or Caius. I would just choose Erebus. Throw away your other prime. And let's just say you want to throw away a Tenacity, because you don't need it. Now here's the thing. Idea's effect. When it's thrown into the graveyard, reveal 1. Get 1 magic or trap that was banished. What was banished was Pantheism. Get Pantheism back to your hand. Now the search, a return. You can go for, if you want to get Mobius if you wish to. You can get your main one right here, Ether. Now let's just say Ether. Okay. You went for Ether. Your draw. Mithra. Okay, so you have 2 primes in the graveyard. You have this out. Maybe you want to go, okay, tribute, Etios, activate domain. Now you have Ether out. Ether, throw away 2, whichever you choose. Maybe this time you want to bring out Mobius, because with Ether's effect, you bring out 1, but then you search for 1. Maybe you want to search for, let's just say, yeah, the combo if you can get Dark Arm Dragon in your hand. So you have all this out. Now, effects negated. You have Erebus. Ether's effect brings out 1. Now return the Monarchs because you had attributed out. Bring this out. Now here's the thing. You're going to attack. But as long as rather you attacked or your opponent attacked, special summon. Vampire Fraulein. Etios, Prime, and Idea's effect was allow you to get your Pantheism. So you have all this. So there you go. Main phase 2, Mobius goes back to your hand. So you have all this. Your draw, let's just say a domain. So you have this. Basically you want to go Pantheism again. Throw away your domain because you don't need it, because you already have domain out. Your draw, Monarch Storm Forth, Dark Advance. Now here's the thing about Dark Advance. Gets 1 from your so let's just say you want to tribute with Fraulein with domain also. Tribute. Then you want to go into Caius. So that goes. Activate return. Maybe you want to go for another Erebus. Now you still have Dark Arm Dragon in your hand, so you're waiting still. Now you have 2 Darks. Your draw was the Stalos. Okay. Basically you want to set Dark Advance because it's a trap card. Now let's just say, okay, Caius you don't want. So okay, Caius, tribute. You can play, let's just say the Stalos, because your opponent, you want to take away one of your opponent's cards. The Stalos. Activate return. Let's just say Mobius. Activate the effect of the Stalos. Throw away. You have 3 Darks. Erebus, Ether, the Stalos, special summon Dark Arm Dragon. Now you have the effect that you can destroy cards on the field, or just look right there, 4 monsters right there. March of the Monarchs is tribute monsters cannot be targeted. Erebus, Ether, the Stalos are tributed monsters. They cannot target them. The effects. And then you have Dark Arm Dragon. Now, Dark Arm Dragon is special summon, so it's not a tributed monster with domain. But with domain's effect, you attack with these, they're going to gain the attack of 800. Now, what I mean by Dark Advance. So, let's just say, first, your Erebus was destroyed. Okay, Erebus was destroyed because they killed Erebus. Now here's the thing, when you activate Dark Advance, you can do it on your opponent's turn. Activate Dark Advance. Get any monster with 24 attack and 1000 defense from your hand already. Let's just say you want to get Erebus. On your opponent's turn, you can do this. Watch. Tribute the Stalos. Play Erebus on your opponent's turn. do the effect. Let's just say they're about to exceed Synchro or Link. So let's just say they had a tuner out and they were gonna Synchro. Hit that tuner, goes back. So you just did it on your opponent's turn from them doing anything. End effect, return. You did it by a tribute. You can stop your opponent for that turn. So even if you had Caius, you wanted to get Erebus? Okay, instead of Erebus, you want to get Caius. Dark Advance. Get Caius. Tribute. Special. Caius, banish. If you have Ether in the graveyard, you play Dark Advance. Tribute. Ether, send away 2. Bring out 1 from your deck. Return, activates. Get 1 from your hand. End of their turn. Goes back. You have 2 Monarchs already. Your draw. Mithra. Okay, special summon Mithra. Tribute. Activate domain. Mobius. Return the Monarchs activates. Get Mobius. Get Mobius was tribute summoned. Return the Monarchs activates. Get another Monarch. Or if you wish to, get Dark Armed Dragon. Now here's the thing also about Dark Advance. Get anything with 1000 defense. So even if your Dark Armed Dragon was destroyed, but you wanted it back, okay. Dark Advance, Dark Armed Dragon back to your hand. That's why I say sometimes it's not so hard to get Dark Armed Dragon to your hand already. You have Return of the Monarchs. Return of the Monarchs can go for Dark Armed Dragon. So, there you go. That's the way. That's the way it goes. Whatever it goes to, that's how the Monarchs work. And that's why I say it's pretty powerful. It's my favorite deck out of all. I love the Monarchs because they work so well with any deck. If it's tributing, I say this is the best deck for tributing. Most decks, they don't play tribute, so they don't play the Monarchs. But with playing the Monarchs, they have a high potential possibly going against any deck. Of course, this is my fun deck, so I'm not using no Mirror Force and no nothing. But even if you're not using it, this seems pretty consistent of possibly going against a deck that might have those kind of special ways, where you have ways of stopping your opponent. Vampire Fraulein, I just say it's pretty good, because even if your opponent attacked, they attack your monster. Special summon. It's a dark, so you can tribute, play a Monarch. If you have return, go for return, search. It was Ether, so Ether special summons 1. You have Dark Armed Dragon in your hand, you have 3 darks, Dark Armed Dragon. End phase, Ether, Caius back to your hand. So this is my Monarch deck. Hope you all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I will show you more deck profiles later. Peace.